Life at the top of the food chain is not easy. Only the most successful hunters in the wild can survive. We'll look at some of the interesting ways carnivores depend on skill and cunning to stay fed and alive. In Asia's tropical forest, the praying mantis and an unusual carnivorous grasshopper hunt insects. In India, a mongoose hunts lizards and encounters a deadly cobra. Back in Australia, we'll first search out a variety of strange marsupial carnivores in the wild. Then, large monitor lizards hunt rodents. And finally, we'll have face-to-face encounters with two predatory snakes, the water python, and second, the most deadly snake in the world, the Australian brown snake. Get ready to go inside the fascinating world of the carnivore. The diverse species of the predatory invertebrate inhabit all levels of the tropical forest. Many arachnids, like this unusual wishbone spider, weave webs to trap their prey. Other predators, unable to produce silk, use their coloration as camouflage and take a wait and ambush approach. The praying mantis is a skilled hunter, lashing out with its front legs to snare a variety of insect prey. Then using its strong jaws to break up the exoskeleton and begin eating the body of the victim. When the feeding is over, only the wings will be left. There are about 1,700 different kinds of mantis in the world. All are carnivores. The praying mantis gets its name because it holds up its forelegs in a praying position while waiting in ambush. Large compound eyes are mounted on the sides of its head, giving the mantis a wide range of vision. It's the only insect that could turn its head from side to side. When a victim comes within reach, the predator strikes with its front legs. The barbed spines on the forelegs secure the prey. The mantis quickly immobilizes the kill by crushing its victims or biting off the head. And bit by bit, the insect's powerful jaw mandibles break apart, dismember and devour the prey. Afterwards, it grooms. Some predatory insects are not full-time hunters. Most grasshopper species eat vegetation, but this one eats other insects as well. For an insect, the grasshopper has massive jaws. It can easily chew through the exoskeleton of the toughest prey, including beetles and cockroaches. Then, the food passes to a well-developed gizzard, which pulverizes the food. In the end, almost nothing is left. Many insects hide from predators using camouflage, like this cicada. In the final phase of its life cycle, it emerges, leaving an empty case behind. But before this cicada could emerge, it fell prey to another predator of the tropical forest. A swarm of army ants attack. Here camouflage was of no help to the cicada. The ants are blind, following only scent to find their prey. Sterile female workers are specialized hunters. They have huge blade-like mandibles that carve the flesh off their victims. Nearby, another species of ant devour another kind of cicada. The insect world is the most diverse in nature, with hundreds of species of cicada and army ants, and thousands of other species have specialized predators. Coming up, an Indian mongoose is caught up in the classic struggle, first to hunt and then to survive an encounter with a deadly cobra. The ruddy mongoose is an opportunist and does not specialize in a particular kind of quarry. Whatever is small enough and happens to be in the mongoose's path will be devoured. And because of its adaptation to both climbing rocky terrain and foraging in the underbrush, there is practically no rodent or invertebrate that is not in danger of being eaten. The two senses that are most important to the hunter are sight and smell. The mongoose uses its keen nose to track prey and to locate carrion. Its binocular eyesight is excellent for small mammals. Some experts believe that solitary hunters such as the ruddy mongoose may even see in colour. But the ruddy mongoose is not the only species of its kind in these forests. The common grey mongoose is another solitary hunter that has been just as successful in habitats ranging all across India. A forest scorpion happens to emerge into the daylight. After a meal, the mongoose briefly grooms itself. Movement catches the eye of the predator. And the hunt is on. In an instant, it's all over. The grey mongoose's perpetual search for food continues through midday. A lizard camouflaged in the forest floor betrays his presence with a slight movement. It's all a mongoose needs. When it's active, the mongoose spends over 80% of its time either searching, pursuing, or consuming food. So it's not surprising that this ongoing predation turns up a wide variety of food sources. A ground-nesting stone curlew sees the predator approach, and the only thing she can do is save herself. Her clutch of eggs is left to the mongoose. Eggs are one of the richest forms of protein that a mongoose can find. After the sticky meal, the mongoose carefully grooms. Immediately afterward, the mongoose is back on the hunt. Only a short distance away, a cobra has emerged from its burrow, and it too is on the hunt. This snake is almost 6 feet in length. Much has been written about the legendary battles between the cobra and the mongoose, but research has shown that encounters like these are relatively rare. Still, the mongoose is an opportunist, and snakes, including cobra, do make up a portion of its diet. Though its biology does offer some resistance to the venom's effect, the mongoose is not immune to snake venom. The mongoose is successful against venomous snakes because it's the quicker animal, able to avoid even the lightning strike of the cobra. The cobra tires quickly and instead of continuing to fight, makes a bid to escape with its life. This young mongoose may be inexperienced with large cobras, and rather than pushing the confrontation further, prefers to let the big cobra go. Coming up, from the small but voracious mongoose in India, we go to a tiny but ferocious ball of fur in Australia, the quoll.
The sun has begun to set across northeastern Australia. For many, this signals the hunt for survival is near.
I'm out here looking for a quoll. Now, most people wouldn't even know what a quoll is. In fact, 9 out of 10 Australians don't even know what a quoll is. Now, some people know it as a native cat or marsupial cat, but it doesn't even look like a cat. It looks more like a possum with spots. The only similarity to the cat is its teeth and the prey it eats. In Australia, it fills the same niche as cats do in other countries. At this moment, it is the top marsupial mammalian predator in Australia. Now, I'll go and try and find you one. Looks like a bit of a log up there.
The evening shadows are getting long, and Rob has set out with Martin Thingland, park ranger and quoll breeder, to see if the natives are stirring.
There's a hollow down this end. There's one in here, mate. Beauty. I'm lucky he's got his tail towards us. I've got you a tiger quoll, or tiger cat. It's the largest of the quoll family, and it's still pretty prevalent on the mainland. And when you look at the teeth of this thing, oh, they're pretty strong too, hey? Well, I had a tiger cat for you, or tiger quoll. They're pretty strong, as you can see, and I'm pretty lucky to get away with my fingers, I suppose. Now, this tiger cat is an excellent predator. Climbs trees, probably eats a lot of sleeping birds, big enough to take down a possum and other marsupials like bandicoots, even reptiles.
Like his cousin, the famous Tasmanian devil, quolls have just as fearsome a reputation.
And you wouldn't want those teeth sunk into your fingers, that's for sure. Look at those fangs. You can see he's a real carnivore, this fellow. A killer. Now the feet, if you look at the feet, 5 toes on the front foot and only 4 on the back. And look at the pad there, it looks like he's more terrestrial than arboreal. Come in a couple of colours. This is a black one. They come in a tan or black, and if you look at those teeth there, you really don't want him to sink them into you, that's for sure.
4 species of quolls exist in Australia, all looking fairly similar with their spotted coats. The largest, tiger quoll, is easy to tell apart from the others as their spots continue down onto the tail. Now
this one is called the eastern quoll. believed extinct on the mainland. It only exists in the wild in Tasmania. Down he goes. And like the other smaller dasyurids, the planigales, the phascogales and the dunnuts, it doesn't have an exceptionally long life. About 4 years maximum. It lives its life to the full as well. There you go, mate.
Like the Tasmanian devil, quolls scavenge for food, but they're also impressive hunters.
Quolls are killers because they have to be. I mean, they're a predatory animal that's had a long evolution, and the variety of things that they eat mean that they've got to adapt to a variety of different killing situations.
The different quoll species have even developed their own distinct hunting styles. Easterns behave a bit like foxes, very opportunistic. They're not fussy eaters, with most of their diet consisting of invertebrates, but if the mood strikes them, they can put larger creatures in their sights, such as mice, rats, even rabbits. The larger tiger quolls are more on the prowl, like the big cats. Using a snatch and grab technique, these agile climbers are able to ambush their prey, crawling into hollows to take an easy meal of a sleeping possum. Either way, if the prey can't outrun the quoll, they basically don't stand a chance. As with every species, survival of the fittest is the rule of thumb. A harsh rule that applies right from birth for all species, including eastern quolls.
Now, one of the real quirky things about the quoll is when they breed, the female has about 30 young at a time, but she's only got 6 teeth. So the first 4 or 5 up there are the ones that make it. They're the ones that survive.
Unlike other animals, these animals only breed once a year. They're short-lived, so they're really not breeding very often in their lifetime, and of course that makes it critical to not only be able to breed them quickly, but to do it successfully. There's a lot of stories out there that chicken farmers and people who've seen them take poultry have been responsible for their demise, but probably the few that were killed by farmers had really nothing to do with the overall decline. The introduction of things like foxes, cats, and to a lesser extent probably dogs gone wild or dingoes, have all contributed to the fact that there's more competition out there, more successful competition, and of course the eastern quoll, with its smaller size and smaller breeding capacity, just came off second best.
On mainland Australia, eastern quolls are considered extinct. Tiger quolls are becoming increasingly threatened, and while they are protected by law, this is not always enough. There are, however, some unusual steps being taken to try and give these unique and voracious creatures a higher profile. With a special licence, quolls are making their way into people's homes as pets.
Now in Australia, if someone wants a cat-like animal as a pet, I reckon these little creatures would be ideal, because the domestic cat's quite detrimental on wildlife in the yard. There's only one drawback with these little fellows. They don't live very long, about 4 or 5 years, so you've got to keep renewing your pet. You notice how she's smelling? These creatures rely on their sense of smell.
Coming up, we'll meet the easy riders of the carnivorous marsupials, a trio of tiny creatures whose motto is live fast and die young.
Carnivores, the highest members of the food chain. Feared, respected, never to be underestimated.
Imagine if this creature grew to the size of a lion, with the head alone 1/4 the size of its body, armed with huge teeth, able to take down an animal its own size in a flash. Now, this little creature here could be the one that's going to replace the marsupial lion in Australia. To me, they look extra cute. In fact, its looks belies its aggressive hunting nature.
Introducing the mini-me's of the carnivorous marsupial world, the ones with the bizarre names, phascogales, antechinus, and planigales. Looking more like household mice, This trio of surprisingly formidable creatures belong to a gang of marsupials that literally live fast, die young. The smallest of the trio are the planigales. Up close, they look like miniature kangaroos with rounded ears and long snouts. But that's where the similarity ends. Big roos, at about 85 kilos or 190 pounds, weigh 17,000 times more.
Nearly all the marsupial carnivores are arboreal, which means they hunt in the trees. They're also nocturnal. Now in the daytime, this tree looks pretty dead. But if I peel back the bark, you'll see what I mean. It's just teeming with life. Under this bit of bark, there's a cockroach. And under this bigger bit, there's a big spider.
With food available day or night, planigales always find something good on the menu. They attack their prey with all the ferocity and cunning of a lion. In matters of scale, it looks like a fair fight, but the planigale has got the brains to match the brawn, outwitting the insect easily. The cricket's defences are useless against the quick, crushing blow that a hungry planigale's jaw can deliver. Nothing goes to waste, the victim's fluids replacing water as the planigale's drink of choice. Next in line are the Antechinus. Watching Antechinus feed can be an interesting experience. Here he finds one of Rob's centipedes and makes short work of the biting insect. But when they devour larger, bonier prey, they turn their victims inside out, neatly taking the flesh away from the bone, leaving the empty skin behind. But now, Rob hunts the very elusive phascogale in a captive enclosure. He finds it's not like shooting fish in a barrel.
Looks like a squirrel with a big fluffy tail, and he'd probably be one of the best acrobats in the world. I'm going to try and catch this little fellow. Not going to be easy. He doesn't like that. Yes. Ow, 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 ow. Talk about savage little devil. Okay, mate, okay. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down. Settle down, little fella. Anybody'd think I'm on a quest to be bitten by every kind of animal on the planet. As you can see, extremely agile little animal. Walk upside down, jump, run, almost fly. And that tail probably used as a rudder. Help change direction quickly. It's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Hey, it's all right. Settle down, come on. Come on, oops. Ooh, wants to bite again, hey? I think I'll stick to me crocodiles. Oh, there's another finger. Oh, trying to bite me again. Come on. Oh, chunk. In the wild, this little creature's an arboreal one, climbs trees very, very well, and he's nocturnal. And that's when the geckos and the frogs and the crickets come out. Now, I guess at his size, he'd also be taking on smaller birds, up the size of a peaceful dove, because they sleep at night. But even if they didn't, I reckon you'd still be able to catch him. He's a flighty little devil, as you can see. It's almost a case of who's got who in this encounters. You can see why he drew blood, there's no doubt about it. It's Phascogale 3, Robbie none.
Next up, Rob gets up close and personal with some of the world's biggest lizards with a killer instinct.
There are more than 30 species of giant lizards that go under the name of monitors, and they survive in vastly different environments. Rob found this Salvador monitor leading a very comfortable life around the lakes and ponds of the Bangkok Zoo in Thailand. Its normal habitat is in tropical lowlands and always near water. They grow to more than 6 feet in length and can weigh more than 70 pounds. Monitors live in desert and tropical regions, stretching from the Middle East and Africa right across Asia to Australia. For smaller species, there is no need to think about taking on large prey like rabbits. This Spencer's goanna is found in the Australian outback too, but it works on the basis of many smaller meals.
It's something that does well out here in this dry, old, desolate country. Eating up on grasshoppers.
And there are plenty of grasshoppers well hidden among the rocks and ground cover. Like all goannas, the Spencer's is harmless as far as humans are concerned, and it certainly plays a positive role in our environment with insect control. Typical of all goannas, the Spencer's uses its tail for defence. Put yourself down at his level. Unless you are bigger than him, that thrashing tail would make you consider some other item of prey. There is enough power in that flicking tail to knock any smaller creature off its feet. Have a close look at this prehistoric throwback. You can see why the early filmmakers used lizards in the first dinosaur movies. But spend some time in the Australian bush and you'll find that not all monitors are successful hunters.
This looks interesting. Leg bone, backbone, ribs, bit of skin. It's obviously a goanna or monitor lizard. And judging by the size of the bones and the ribs, possibly about 1.5 metres long. There's another interesting little thing here. Looking at the backbone, he's had a broken back at one stage. And that's where it was broken. Those two bits are fused together. They all come apart. Except for that one there, that's how it fits together. You can see it's fused right there. That may have even led to his death. Because when it gets a bit hard out here, he'll find it much harder to find food. See if we can find a piece of his jaw.
Rob finds it interesting to have a look at the bones of the jaw. You can see the size of the teeth, which could obviously do a good job of grabbing prey. They also work very effectively as cutting devices. Goannas can rip off large chunks of meat from prey they catch, and that's what the teeth are used for, to cut and rip, as opposed to chewing. If we have a look at the way a goanna moves and how agile they are in the wild, imagine what the restriction of a broken back would do. Rob can only speculate about how the animal would have received a broken back, but a fight with a larger monitor is a possibility. There can be very violent action when animals up to 5 feet long and weighing more than 60 pounds clash. In the wild, if you are smaller than a goanna, you are prey. And that includes animals that can be deadly in themselves, like scorpions. Just another small, easy meal for these lizards.
But on rare occasions, the prey has the last say. This would have to be one of the most amazing specimens I've ever seen on display in a museum.
They are the mummified remains of a goanna found in the Australian desert. Normally, the porcupine-like echidna and the goanna show each other a considerable amount of respect. But times must have been tough because the monitor tried to eat prey that normally would be out of bounds. The spikes of the echidna proved to be too much, and the hunted and the hunter perished.
Coming up next, how two closely related monitor species hunt and survive in vastly different environments in the Australian bush.
Come on, fella. Out you come. That's it, let go. This is a Gould's monitor. And like all monitors, they're a bit like a snake with legs. He's got the same sensitive tongue as a snake, except better than a snake. He's got excellent eyesight. He's got really good hearing, powerful claws, so he can actually dig things out of the ground, or in other cases climb trees. Now this fellow is a ground dweller. You can see that by the feet. His claws are very long and slender, designed like little shovels for digging. He's a real top predator, this fellow.
Size almost always wins the battle in the wild. This is a Gould's monitor, about 1.5 metres or about 5 feet long, and an important part of its diet are the rodents that thrive in good seasons in Australia. An abundance of rats and mice means good hunting for the Gould's monitor. A quick strike disables the rodent, and the monitor then swallows it whole. Rat and mice plagues occur regularly in Australia, providing a ready source of food for the monitors.
This is a lace monitor, and he's not a real big one. He's almost identical to a Gould's monitor, except he's arboreal. He lives up trees, and his claws are quite different. They're more hooked for climbing, and he eats a lot more birds and eggs because of that. He's got excellent hearing, so if he hears baby birds, he can pick them up by that. He's also got that fantastic tongue like the snake, so very few things would escape him. There you go, mate. Oops, that one. You cracked that one, didn't you? That old lace monitor I told you about that climbs trees and likes to eat birds and eggs. If you got one as a pet, nothing like feeding them what they like best. And you'll notice that when he eats it, he'll eat them whole, so he doesn't waste any. And he reckons a dozen eggs for breakfast is really good.
This Parenti monitor makes its home in the dry parts of Australia, country that is also home to the brown snake, one of the world's most deadly reptiles. The brown snake is an extremely efficient predator in its own right, but it's no match for the swift Parenti. On most occasions, disappearing down a burrow would mean safety, but the Parenti is a determined hunter. With its tongue flicking to pick up minute scent particles from the snake, the monitor quickly tracks down its prey. The Parenti's claws are perfectly designed for digging, and it quickly opens up the narrow entrance to the burrow. The Parenti knows the snake isn't far away as it sniffs the soil. The venomous brown snake may survive the first strike, but the Parenti doesn't give up, diving into the burrow. brown snake is a fighter too, striking at the parenti with fangs that can deliver a deadly dose of venom in seconds. But there is no place on the thick, scaly skin to score a killer blow. The parenti is the easy winner in this lethal battle.
Next up, Rob takes to the swamps and does the Australian crawl with an Australian python.
Rob's next quarry is this fella. He loves it wet and wild, so Rob has to get his feet wet.
Now the water python or swamp python I'm searching for doesn't look much different to his cousin, the spotted python. Now the spotted python can live in the desert with absolutely no water, but the water python, you'll never find him anywhere else except near water in the swamp.
This species ranges across the tropical north of Australia, in the Torres Straits, the south coast of New Guinea, plus Indonesia. They also have a snappy temperament that calms with maturity.
Yes, beauty! Swamp python. And this one's been in the water a bit. He's got a few scars on him, I can see. He's got the end of his tail missing. Now these fellows eat birds, ducks and things, eggs, and even little crocodiles. But then crocodiles do eat these fellows too. On his neck he's got these scars. You can see he's had a go with something torn him through here. Sealed over though. And the end of his tail missing. That could have been from a crocodile. Stumpy-tailed one. Yeah. He's also called a rainbow snake in the sun. Rainbow pattern. But then all the Australian pythons have a rainbow pattern. Stands out this fellow a lot more because he's just a plain brown colour. Hasn't really got much else going for him except the rainbow pattern. Nice yellow belly though. Always got a bright yellow belly. And not aggressive either. They're a rather placid snake.
An Aboriginal myth tells the story of this rainbow serpent, which created all the rivers and valleys of northern Australia with its iridescent coloured body.
Now they're excellent climbers, like most pythons. Climb really, really well. That helps when you eat birds and eggs.
Nature is opportunistic. This python inhabits watercourses, swamps and billabongs that adjoin woodland or forests. Why? Birds also need these water areas for survival. So the water python has moved in and set up shop as the resident bad guy. But that's just another name for survival. The egg is taken whole. Why break it and lose food when you can dislocate your jaw and get the entire contents, packaging and all? Rob then moved out of the confines of the rainforest. He wanted to see the python swimming freely. It wasn't long till he spotted one.
There's one down there. Water pythons just don't live in swamps. They also live in rivers. This is Australia's only python that can't live without water. Because of the dry nature of Australia, almost all the other pythons only drink when it rains. He's also a python that's losing his infrared heat receptors. He's only got 3 on each side and 2 small ones on the front. And I think it's because of the environment he lives in. Water holes, rivers, where all animals have to come to drink. All his prey comes to him, a bit like the crocodile.
Coming next, Rob does a dance with a deadly brown snake. And later, we give up a little blood to fangs.
For Rob and Lynn, the snake hunt is on.
A bit of rubbish like this and logs and things laying down gives them hidey holes.
But that would be an awfully big spider, that one.
Look at that. It's a brown snake. He's out hunting. He doesn't even know we're here.
Is that his tongue's going like
Yeah,
that?
he's looking for food. That's how they find food with their tongue. They're blind, can't hear. So he doesn't even know we're here. One of the things about Australian snakes is that most of the ones you're going to see are going to have fangs.
So he's got fangs?
He's got fangs. We'll walk very slowly.
Is he deadly?
Yes, that's the second most deadly snake in the world. And there's only got one saving grace, or two really, because he's got the shortest fangs of any snake in Australia. And on top of that, he only injects a very small amount of venom, in fact the least venom of any of the venomous Australian deadly snakes. Yes! Uh-oh.
Rob hasn't got his usual jigger or snake catching stick with him. His own has a curved base that allows him to pin a snake without doing it any harm. But this one he has borrowed locally has a straight base. He uses less pressure to protect the snake, but the snake takes advantage of this act of kindness.
See how he throws himself around?
Yeah.
Now, I didn't move when he went between my legs. He didn't know what it was.
So he thought you were a tree.
Yeah, he thought I'm a tree. Another thing, as I said before, a lot of people think snakes can go fast. We're walking and catching him, and he's actually taking off. There you go. Don't want to hurt him. Okay, now he's a little bit peed off.
Even though Rob's in great danger, his experience and cool head still keeps both hunter and hunted safe.
Slowly, slowly bring that thing up there. Backwards, backwards. Come on, backwards you come, come on.
A warm day equals an active snake.
There we go. Gotcha. There you are, Lynn. Just the second most deadly snake in the world. That was a bit of luck.
It's a nice looking snake though.
Wrapped around me, yeah, it's a nice snake. Very nice snake. Just
So
shed
he's
its
out
skin.
hunting during the day.
Well, one of the things you'll find out is that most of the snakes that you might see in Australia are going to be poisonous snakes with fangs because they actually do hunt in the day.
So you mean 50% of the time that we actually see a snake in Australia, it's going to be poisonous?
It's probably going to be more than that because it's the poisonous ones that hunt in the daytime. I'll just show you the fangs on this one. Yeah, see there?
Oh, yeah.
But they only got very short fangs. That was close to my finger that time.
It was.
What's the thing to watch?
Glad it was your finger. So why does he have such short fangs?
Well, my theory is that the brown snake is a real lizard eater. And because the lizards have got very thin skin, he doesn't need long fangs. So that's why he's got short fangs. And because lizards are cold-blooded also, they take a bit of time to die, so he's got a potent venom to actually do that as well.
So could he penetrate your skin?
Oh, no worries at all. They're about 3 millimetres long. My skin isn't 3 millimetres thick.
You just be careful where you put that
I'm
head.
going to be, yeah. Yes. Okay, mate, we're going to let you go on your merry way. Oh, see that?
You're going to let him go
Yeah, I'm just
here?
going to let him go here. Just put him down and let him go. Now, just let him go on his own way. If he goes between our legs, it'll be okay. Don't move, that's all.
Astoundingly, the snake now really does not see his former captor.
Just pretend you're a tree.
Lynn has worked with Rob for a while now. She can resist the urge to flinch, which could mean death.
He thinks I'm a tree. He was going to try and climb up me. Okay, off you go. Off you go. Just don't move, okay?
See you, buddy.
Yeah, see you later, mate. Well, that's your encounter with the second most deadly snake in the world. How's it feel?
Glad to see the back of him.
If you encounter a snake in Australia, around 50% of the time, you know it's going to have fangs. And more than likely, it can kill you. I'm Rob Brettle.
And I'm Lynn Sutherland.
And
Thanks a lot
for joining us on Killer Instinct.